Hello and welcome back to the channel, my green fans. And let's start with the episode that will be a bit different than the ones so far. But first, let me thank you for being patient with me, and let's give a warm welcome to all new subscribers since the last video upload 2 months ago. So where to start? Maybe at the beginning. I started this episode around the end of May and I had the idea and knew what I wanted this area to be and how it's supposed to look like. But then I realized I actually have no assets that will help me build maybe the most important part of this episode. And today the part we built is Gredelj factory of locomotives. It is located just a bit south to central train station and next to Paromlin and concert hall Lisinski. As you can see on Google, this area looks almost in some parts abandoned, as it actually is. Currently there is no production here, but my inspiration to what you will see in the cinematics is the actual revitalization of this area. But let's not forget to tell you a bit about the history. TŽV Gredelj is a Croatian rolling stock company and it dates to 1894 and the establishment of a railway workshop for heavy repair of steam locomotives. The original factory was built in 16 months on what then was the edge of Zagreb. Also nearby they built housing project for workers. In 1918 the factory was rebuilt and expanded. And then in 1954 manufacturing of railway vehicles began with production of postal wagons and later electric locomotives and other rolling stock. Later in 1968 new manufacturing facilities have been established near Zagreb in Vukomerec, and after preservation order in 2006 for some parts of the original factory was issued, in 2008 construction of a new and modernization of the existing works in Vukomerec has begun, and in 2010 company moved out all of its production to Vukomerec. And despite all of the financial problems and world economic crisis in the late 2000s, the company still produces railway vehicles, trams and performs railway equipment maintenance. As I mentioned earlier, inspiration was a plans for revitalization of this area that accidentally I saw on YouTube. I will of course leave a link in the description so you can also take a look. I only took a small part of the idea as the general plan was also to do modernization of the central station and making elevated train tracks for even better connectivity. But I might come back to that part at some later date. The assets themselves are simple, but the sheer volume that I was making and the way the idea was evolving with more and more parts I wanted in my build, and not to mention the fact I also wanted all to be modular and customizable to multiple tastes, it took longer than planned. Now that I look on that part of the episode preparation, I realized I went a bit overboard and that alongside all of the stress at work, it is no wonder my inspiration for this episode and build was depleted. This is one of the main reasons the time-lapse only has building of the market hall. And at that point it was already mid of July and I had plans for a month-long vacation on the Croatian seaside. This vacation did help, and when I came back I actually started to build more. As I was almost afraid of the possibility of hitting the lack of inspiration once more, I actually decided to do all of it off camera to alleviate the pressure. In the market hall I wanted to have combination of all sorts of products from fruits, vegetables, all the way to meat, fish, cheese and of course the bread. And for people that visit also areas where they could take some rest and have a nice cup of coffee or tea as well. And alongside my assets, this also wouldn't work without the amazing assets made by Jez, with the whole market pack of produce we already have on the workshop. And that is all for today. I do hope you enjoyed this episode and that despite not having the whole build in the time lapse, you can understand why and appreciate the end results in the cinematics. Also in the end I did some changes to the market hall to make it work better, and so I could have people walking in there too. Although just a warning, there could be some shots that might trigger some people's OCD. I know it did to me, but there was no way of avoiding it in all situations. In today's cinematics, I decided to put several songs by various artists about Zagreb, and for the end one about Zagorje, which in Zagreb culture is very important, as many products found on markets like homemade cheese and cream or fresh eggs have traditionally came from there. Of course, I appreciate all the support, comments and likes, so feel free to write even a simple hello or any questions you might have. And if you are new here and enjoyed my content, you can always subscribe and ring a bell to get notified when I upload new episodes. It's free. Until next video, stay safe and healthy.
Ja nisam dugo znao, vjeruj grade moj, zbog čega se uvijek ja tebi vraćam uvijek više tvoj. Zbog čega te volim, zbog parkova, zbog ulica na meni dragom tlu, zbog lipe pred kućom, zbog djetinjstva što provedoh ga tu. Idi na put da saznaš to, isto je sve po 100 put. Kad kući se vratiš i okupe se prijatelji, draga lica sva. Kad prođeš sva mjesta gdje drag si gost i gdje te svatko zna. Zbog čega te volim, zbog čega te volim. čega te volim, zbog parkova, zbog ulica na meni dragom tlu, zbog lipe pred kućom, zbog djetinjstva što provedoh ga tu. Idi na put da saznaš to, isto je sve po 100 put. Kad kući se vratiš i okupe se prijatelj, draga lica sva. Kad prođeš sva mjesta gdje drag si gosti, gdje svatko zna, reći ćeš tad o grade moj, zbog ovih ljudi i zbog tebe ja sam tvoj. Od zidina starih do Save, sa mostova obale nove, lepršaju zastave plave, Zagrebu zagrljaj zove. Najljepši je Zagreb grad, Zagreb je najdraži dom. Grade moj, vječno ćeš tako mlad ostati u srcu mom. Grade, grade moj, sunce nek sreće ti sja. Grade, voljeni moj, nek svatko radosti zna. Vode s vodom plavetnila neba, sa zidina staroga grada, golubice, golubi bijeli, pozdrave nose nam sada. Najljepši je Zagreb grad, Zagreb je najdraži dom. Grade moj, vječno ćeš tako mlad ostati u srcu mom. Grade, grade moj, sunce nek sreće ti sja. Grade, voljeni moj, nek svatko radost ti zna. Grade, grade moj, sunce nek sreće ti sja. Grade, voljeni moj, nek svatko radost ti zna.
Rijeka Sava je tu, jedan nasip uz nju, gdje sam snimao najljepši san. Male kućice te još me sjećaju sve, tu sam postal i ostal trnjan. Svoju mladost smo svu sretno proveli tu, danju lutali kroz Donji grad, da bi čim padne mrak pošli na Gornji grad, svoje tajne mu otkrili tad. Zagreb je najljepši grad, prva ljubav je u srcu mom. Baš kao prijatelj drag, vjerno prati me na putu tom. Zagreb je najljepši grad, s njim u srcu se ostaje mlad. I kroz noć i kroz dan pjevam sretan jer znam da moj Zagreb je najljepši grad. Rijeka Sava je tu, jedan nasip uz nju, gdje sam snivao najljepši san. Male kućice te, uske ulice sve, tu sam postal i ostal trnjan. Svoju mladost smo svu sretno proveli tu, danju lutali kroz Donji grad, da bi čim padne mrak pošli na Gornji grad, sve mu tajne otkrivali tad. Zagreb je najljepši grad, prva ljubav je u srcu mom, baš kao prijatelj drag, vjerno prati me na putu tom. Zagreb je najljepši grad, s njim u srcu se ostaje mlad. I kroz noć i kroz dan pjevam sretan jer znam da moj Zagreb je najljepši grad.
Vraćam se Zagrebe tebi na obale Save. Vraćam se Zagrebe tebi pod zidine stare. Zagreb, otvori vrata parkova sna. Zagreb, tisuću pozdrava nosim ti ja. Zagreb, najljepšu pjesmu pjevat ću sad. Zagreb, najdraži meni si grad. Mnoge tajne gornjeg grada svaka glupa pričat zna. Mnogo sunca svakog dana u tvom krilu želim ja. Tebi na obale Save. Vraćam se Zagrebe tebi pod zidine stare. Zagreb, otvori vrata parkova sna. Zagreb, tisuću pozdrava nosim ti ja. Zagreb, najljepšu pjesmu pjevat ću sad. Zagreb, najdraži meni si grad. Mnoge tajne gornjeg grada svaka glupa pričat zna. Mnogo sunca svakog dana u tvom krilu želim ja. Vraćam se Zagrebe tebi na obale Save. Vraćam se Zagrebe tebi pod zidine stare.
Lepetrije, Zagorje zelene, vesele je bunjev svaki dan. Još je lepše, otkad pokericaj, još je lepše, otkad pokericaj, ljake kučka, črni ajzli ban. Sira, putra, vrhnja, mleka, jajeci krumpira, sira, putra, vrhnja, mleka, jajeci krumpira, sve to moreš leto prodat sad. Čim se sedneš, već mašina tira, već mašina tira, već mašina tira. Čim se sedneš, već mašina tira, pa te peva, beli Zagreb grad. Beži Janke, cukni mu po begel, cukni mu po begel, cukni mu po begel.